So if you are also considering making some purchasing decisions that might concern your significant other, you're in the right place. Today, just got the WarpAstron WD-20P, which is the new version of the WarpAstron WD-20 harmonic drive mount that has built-in power delivery on the saddle. So I figured we'd do an unboxing video because I had some questions about what screws I was going to get, and I don't think I got all of them. Luckily, I have a whole bag of hardware from, I think this is a Monder arm. I don't know. I hang on to screws, so hopefully we have what we need. It's not going to be cleared tonight anyway, so it really doesn't matter. And for a tripod, I decided to go for the ZWO TC40 because I can't think for myself, and I mean, I'll show you the number of bullet points on High Point Scientific for the Skywatcher mount. I really wasn't sure what to get, and it also sounds like the Apertura one, I didn't like that it didn't have a spreader, so that TC40, let's just go with the crowd. Okay, hopefully now that I've ripped off my address, you can see less of where I live. But yeah, let's open up the mount first, because we always open the most exciting thing first. We got double-lined corrugated cardboard. Good to see. Feels fairly hefty, although I've had heftier boxes. Definitely way better than what my Celestron AVX came with. The Russian nesting dolls of boxes, I see. Let me move some stuff. Okay, yeah, this is the real meat and potatoes. Okay, so double corrugated and double boxed. Okay. I got foam on every side, so it's pretty good. So here we go. This looks a lot cleaner than the shipping box. Looks like this one also might be double layer cardboard. I don't know why I keep closing the knife. Okay. Damn, okay. Let me just... And there we go. Well, let's open her up. It does look like there is some sort of like latching mechanism. I don't know if that's TSA or what. I don't have a TSA key to check with, so unless it comes with a key, I won't know. Oh. Let's get the mount head out. That's what I want to look at first. Oh, yes. Interesting. It smells chemically. Okay. See, yep, so the whole point of like the WD-20P is for power delivery, which we have 2 ports up here. I think the right one is a lower power port designed to do things like either power delivery to a mini PC, and then it also has the mount connection, and then the left one's just power, but it can do I think upwards of 140 watts. I don't know. I'll check on that one later. Obviously, being a harmonic mount, it's pretty common for these things to not come with any sort of counterweight, but you can see that's where you would screw it in if you had one. Oh, I see. I was like, where's the azimuth adjust? Those are in the box. Bits of foam on everything, but looks like it's coming right off. Very cool. So on here we have a PC port. I assume if you're controlling the mount from, not on the telescope itself. SD4 port in the form of a USB-C. Don't use that. Just don't. This is where we have our 12 to 24 volt DC input, which I think is 2.5 mil. I'll check that. And then we have a homing button. Okay, and then there's obviously the power button. I am excited. Oh yeah, on this side here, we have that like pulsar diagram from the Voyager satellites. It's actually not quite. I don't know if you can see this. It's not as clear as it showed online, but I mean, I think it's still pretty cool. All right. Okay, let's check out the rest of what we got in here. So we have a DC to DC. This is a power delivery to DC 12 volt 5 amp. Probably use this for camera. We'll see later if this connects to the camera. I was under the impression that this was going to be 2.5 millimeter, so I bought some extra adapters. Looking at it now, I think it might be 2.1, so that's nice. I would like to avoid adapters if at all possible. Here we have another one, power delivery 12 volt DC. However, I do not know what the amperage is. So let's just continue going with the random cables. USB-C to USB-C. I'm going to guess this is what I will use for my mini PC that normally rides on top of my telescope. That seems to be all the stuff in the big compartment. Let's check this. Okay, I think I know what this is. Okay. Lots of tiny pieces of foam falling off everywhere. I'm sure my significant other will love cleaning that up after she just cleaned all day. So here we have the WarpAstron AC power supply, output 240 watts at 24 volts, so 10 amps. And yep, so I assume in other regions they will provide the correct AC adapter. But as I'm here in America, yeehaw, this thing's gonna kill me. And then this would be our 24 volt, 2.5 millimeter inner diameter DC port. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna need the adapter, so. Next up, we got this cable. USB-A to USB-C. I'm not quite sure. Is this for the hand controller? Let me see. So here's the hand controller. Programming port, I'm assuming, of some kind. I don't know. There's not a USB-A port on this thing. It's all USB-C. Not quite sure what that's for. But that's okay. I don't really care. I just won't use it. And here we got a giant Allen key. Not quite sure what for, but we'll figure that one out when we get there. Okay, so one thing I was worried about was the M6 screws on the bottom. I was not sure if they were included with the mount. I'm not sure if they're included with the TC40. So let's go figure that one out. Okay. Just pull this right out. Here we go. Looks like it's in one piece, so that's a good sign. Is it open on the bottom? It is, okay. So this, I assume, is the bag to go underneath. I felt like there was some hardware in here. Please be screws. No screws! Okay, so I did need the fucking hardware bag. Okay. I've got some spiky feet if, you know, you want to murder your lawn or whatever. Get real stable. And some more Allen keys. Cool. So we have the quick release plate. Hold on, yeah. Let's get that spreader bar out. There we go. Quick release plate. Let me see if I can measure something real quick. Okay, I was curious about how deep the this inner piece is. Got a pair of Walmart calipers. Looks like 8.4 millimeters. Let's see, the mount takes M6. I have 12 millimeter long screws, so 3.6 millimeters of screw. Hopefully that's enough. I'm not going to be loading it up crazy, and I'm probably going to get some slightly longer screws. They say that you should not exceed 10 millimeters, so I think something in that 16 to 17 millimeter screw if I could find it. Okay, I might be a little bit out of focus, but at least you can see what's going on up here. Let's get those M6 screws. I would also prefer some screws that are not Phillips. But here we are. Let me do it like this. Thing is quite aluminum-y. Should be fine. Yeah. All right, let's go. So there we go, TC40 plate on. Not sure what I should be more afraid of. Scratching the mount or scratching my counter. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, let's see, how do we want this? I think the weight's going to be pretty much on the legs, so we're going to do it on one of the legs. And we will lock it right down with the thumb screw in the back. Okay. Let's reinstall the spreader bar. So there's like an inner wheel up here. That's pretty tough to spin, but it looks like this bottom screw can spin it for you. And it's not very strong though. Not quite sure what it's for, but get that bottom big screw up there. Really spread those legs. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Okay, let's set this. So let us unscrew it on both sides. And then we can bring it down to 32. Okay. That's kind of satisfying. So that's locked in. We're just gonna keep that locked as well. This is crazy. Okay, one thing I want to do is I want to check the weight of this mount and my old mount. So quickly, let's do that. This is movable. Whew. Okay. So as you can see, my previous mount is Celestron AVX, and we got the Askar V80 up here. Let's see what this is weighing in at. 226.6. Okay. Oh, this is way better. Okay. $197.6. Okay. So the new rig, let me just give you guys a good view, is 29 pounds lighter. So that's nice. And it can also support a whole heck of a lot more. Currently, it's like a little bumpy, but honestly it's probably fine just sitting on the ground, especially when it's not super windy. We also have the weight bag, which I don't think I would need it on a calm night, but definitely nice to have in the future, especially if you get anything bigger. Okay, we've got a red status light. Let's turn her on. Let me find a hand controller, and we'll use this C2C cable. PC SD4, maybe? Green light just turned on the remote. All right, let's turn the mount on. I heard a click, which I assume is the brake. And maybe that was on. Okay, pressed it again, green light again, another click, and we got on step. Wow, it is slickery, just like in everyone else's videos. It says looking for on step. I might need to plug it into the PC side. Connection, okay. Okay, there we go. And we got RA deck. 20x, I'm assuming that's slew rate. So let's try slewing it. It's supposed to be completely silent from what I've heard. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. There's like a home icon, and it's kind of obscured unless you look at it at an angle, so it looks like the LCD is not quite lined up well. UT LST. Is it 641? No. This is probably going to dox me here in a second. Guide faster. Guide faster. Okay. Guide slower. Okay, so this is guide rate. And go to. Okay, I see. Parking. Tracking. Start. There we go. Tracking's on. You might be able to see the blue LEDs starting to blink on the mount. Oh, that is fucking silent. Yeah, the air conditioner's louder. Okay, let's see if we can figure out how to go home. Oh, and the watch is dying. Okay. I guess it's under parking. Park, unpark, set park. No. Go to filters. I don't know what that means. Coordinates, spiral search, last, home. One of the nice things about this mount is that it has two home sensors, so it should be able to find home every time, which is fantastic because I really hate doing this in the morning when I first wake up. And now I can just have Nina do it automatically. And there we go, it's home. Comp full, I don't know what that means. Comp refresh, comp off, comp single axis, dual axis. Rate 0.02 hertz. Is that the revolutions per second is 0.02? I don't know what that means. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely some weird things in here, but that's okay. I'm never gonna use it. Local date. Okay. Yeah, it has not gotten a GPS lock yet, so that's fun. Let's see. How bad is it to get to M31? It's got a deep sky, an SEA. Target outside limits. Okay, so it knows where it's pointed right now. It has no idea what time it is. M1, M33, M34, M35. Wait, do you not have M31? Hilarious. What? Doesn't have Andromeda? Okay. Yeah, I think you can use Sky Safari with these things. I would probably recommend doing that if you're going to do visual. All right. Let's see if we can get the computer talking to the mount. I hope that's okay to do right in the middle, because I just did it. So we have a USB-C to USB-C. I have nicer ones, but I'm going to just try out the one that came with the mount. I believe I should be able to connect to the right-hand port on the saddle. And connect it into the power delivery port that I normally use. Now we have a my PC recognized the power, and now the power button is lit up red, and now it's blue. So let's head over to the laptop and see if we can install all the drivers we need. Recording. If you were wondering, this is what I can see on my laptop the entire time, because this thing doesn't have a flippy screen. Anyway, post-editing Michael here. I wanted to go over some of the software and driver quirks of the WarpAstron website. So to download this correctly, you're going to want to go to the WarpAstron website, and then on the top bar in the support section, hit the drop down and go to software and driver. Here, I'm only going to suggest that you download the CP2102 USB COM driver and the on-step driver for ASCOM. The documentation will tell you to download the ASCOM platform. However, this is an old version that they're linking to, and so what you should actually do is go to ascom-standards.org, and over here on the right side you can see a newer version, so use that. And then the order they tell you to install things in is CP2102, the ASCOM platform, and then the on-step driver. I already had the platform installed, and I installed CP2102 and then the on-step driver for ASCOM, and that worked for me. So that's what I'm going to suggest you do. A little note on the documentation. If you come down here to documentation/software, you will see a quick start guide. This does not tell you how to update any of the, or how to install any of the drivers. What you'll actually want to do is go over to the WD-20 mount page, documentation, and you'll see the product manual. This will include installation steps like software, including steps for setting up the ASI. One thing I'd like to see from WarpAstron is I would like them to update this document to be applicable for either, or make a new version of the document specifically for the WD-20P. Either way, it should be on the page for the WD-20P, because I had to follow this. Anyway. Another thing I would suggest you do is you come over here to the software and driver page, and under tools, download the mount PC tool. If I open it up and I select my COM port and I connect, not going to read that because that's going to dox me yet again, but under safety and limits, I go to read. I'm using the suggested numbers in Quiff Lazy Geeks video about the WarpAstron WD-20, where you set the meridian east limit to 0 minutes and the meridian west limit to 20 minutes. That gives your telescope a little bit more time going over the meridian, where it can also slew 2 objects near there, while also having some sort of limit in place. In order to do that, what he suggested you do is you enter these, or read the values, change them to 0 and 20, then you can hit write, read them again, disconnect, shut off the mount, turn the mount back on, reconnect, read, and make sure that the values are applied correctly, which mine are, so that's good. Okay, so installation of serial communication, CP2102. So that's the zip. This is x64, so, or x86 underscore 64, so let's do 64. Yes, as you can see, I definitely read that. They pointed at x64, yep. Open device manager. We're looking at COM 6. Gonna run the on step. It must be too hard to get applications assigned by Microsoft, because goddamn, in the Astro community, I'm just installing random shit all the time. It's pretty bad. Okay. Finish. Ascom Diagnostics. Choose device. Choosing connect to device. Let's go to telescope. Choose. We're gonna go to on step properties, I'm assuming. There we go. And we're going to comp 6 as we looked in the device manager before. There we go. Connected to on step. Okay. I have no idea if I just doxed myself. Connect. Okay, lat long is still not set, so I think I haven't doxed myself yet, which is good. Okay, let's close this. Exit. Will Nina just pick it up? Let's find out. Shut up. Firefox. So right now I have the V80 with the reducer, so I'm going to use that profile. Okay. Sees the camera's offline. Let's check that out actually really quick. So I'm going to take the braided USB-C. There we go. I only need one DC port out, so left one's for power, so I'll use that one for the camera. Moment of truth. Do we think this will fit? I do not know. It does. So it is a 12.1 millimeter inner diameter, I believe. So there's a mistake on the website, but it is the kind of mistake that I was hoping for, so that's nice. So let's see if I can just connect it. I'm gonna clean this up later, so don't judge me. I mean, you can, but please don't. And immediately the fan turned on the 585. Let me see. Let me try connecting. There it is. And let me try turning on the cooler. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Let's go to the mount. Let's select on-step telescope. Let's connect. And there we go. I've finally doxed myself. I'm not going to show this to you. Let's go for Mount Tanina so I can do less blurring. Yeah, okay. All right, so let's set sidereal tracking rate. And can we drive the mount? Oh, yes. Look at that. I will say while you're tracking, while you're slewing, there's a quite noticeable delay. Between lifting off and it stopping. So I'm going to lift off now, and it stopped. So something to keep in mind, but you can always press the home button. This is eerily quiet for a mount. Oh, I'm so excited. I wish it was clear tonight. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to end it there for now. I will be back later. I gotta go play some Terraria. So, see you in a bit. Actually, it'll be instant for you, but don't worry about that. Okay, I am interested in one thing. I'm waiting for the PC to turn off. If anyone's wondering, this is the Melee Quieter 4C. I don't know if you can tell, but I take a lot of recommendations from Quiv. Okay. PC is turned off. Let's see if I turn off the mount. It's tracking right now. Whoops. Oh well. If I turn off the mount, does that still provide power to the PC? Or does it turn the PC off? It continues to provide power. So this is continuing to act as just a power delivery adapter. Okay, and so I assume when I unplug it, yeah, okay. Very cool. Oh yeah. I'm excited. Okay, actually, goodbye. Just a few final thoughts before I wrap this up. I am thinking of making some follow-up videos about this mount. First and foremost would be just my tracking performance. If you research this mount online, you basically just find a few forum posts, a couple of confused reviews on High Point Scientific and Agena, and then more in-depth reviews by Quiff Lazy Geek and AstroTube. So I like to show what my tracking performance is like, just so other people considering this can get a better idea. Additionally, I am interested in testing the power efficiency, whether power delivery on the saddle provides better efficiency over using multiple adapters, using more than one AC adapter. Currently, I'm usually using just a normal 35 watt power delivery brick for my PC, and the Apertura 12 volt power supply for my camera and AVX. So anyway, I'm wondering if this mount will save on battery, because especially using my 300 watt hour battery, this can, especially with running the cooler on a summer night, can run down over the night. So that'll be something to check out. Additionally, have you ever seen a Jackery getting charged off of a mount? Insert picture here. That was funny. It worked well. Oh, the USB was still on. Anyway, I don't know why you would do that, but you could. Oh, one other thing to mention is that this cable right here, the USB-C to 12 volt, I thought that this was a 2.1 millimeter inner diameter because it plugged into my camera, and spoiler alert, I was actually running my camera over an entire night off of this connector. Turns out, no, it is still a 2.5, as verified with my calipers. As the documentation did say that it's 2.5, I bought on Amazon some 2.5 to 2.1 adapters. As you can see, it's a very snug fit. And when I insert this into the back of the 585mm Pro, it is a much snugger fit. So I would not recommend using a 2.5 on a 2.1, mostly because you are going to be increasing the surface resistance, and that can cause the connector to heat up, and it can cause damage over time. So would not suggest doing that. Whoopsies, won't do that again. And on the topic of different video ideas, I also had some ideas of doing not just a night of astrophotography and tracking performance, but also a night of visual astronomy and what that's like with this mount. I've heard some people have difficulties with some harmonic drive mounts doing visual astronomy, and I could see that being a potential issue with the periodic error. But I don't know. So I also don't know how to use Sky Safari, and apparently you can use that. Haven't verified it, but we'll see. Okay, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the unboxing video. If there was any questions that you had answered, then that's great. If you still have questions about what came in the damn thing, well, I made a pretty hefty list of what was, so hopefully that won't be the case. But if you do have questions, feel free to put them in the comments, and maybe I'll address them in a future video, or just reply to them. Probably both. Anyway, thank you for watching, and clear skies.